Sex, porn, love addiction is all about self-soothing to manage your emotions. It got set up back in the childhood development years. It's just not about sex. It's not about porn. It's all about the repeated use has set up the physiology to crave those dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, self-manufactured drugs in the body. It's impacting women, men, children aged 10 to 75 across all the age ranges, the sexes, the cultures, the professions. It increased exponentially during COVID lockdown and impacting so many lives. The Kairos Center has created the first online comprehensive sex, porn, love addiction. It's a video on demand recovery program which you can access from anywhere in the world and begin to see identifiable changes just within 6 weeks of beginning this weekly program. Kairos means your appointed time. Isn't it your time to reclaim your life? Bring colour back to life without shame. Click the link below and begin your journey. You owe it to yourself and to others. It's called Top 5 Values. And again, I'll give you the document for this. If I were to ask you, what do you understand by values? I guess different people might say something about standards, ethics, principles by which I would like to live my life by, and I would say, yeah, absolutely. They may be morals, but essentially when we talk about some of these values, it's all about the standards that they set for themselves in the way they would want to live and pursue life. The moral compass, the ethics, guiding principles. And what I want you to understand is our values, and I hope you agree, go to the core of who we are. Our values define so much about us and how we do and certainly at least want to do life. They're core to us. We don't change our values overnight or quickly. No eloquent speaker can talk us out of our values quickly or overnight, because our values go to the core of who we are. Someone has said our values are caught, not taught. Even if we learn them perhaps from parents when we are younger, we evolve them when we get older. Very much about caught. And once they're in us, they guide us, they shape us. Now, I want to do an exercise with you because I want you to better understand and know more about you by identifying your top 5 most important values. You need to know what those values are, because they will be guiding your actions, your thoughts, the things that you do. Even if you're undermining those values, you need to know what they are. And so the sheet which I'm going to give you as a part of this exercise has 25 values on them with their definition. Don't worry too much about the definitions. If that doesn't quite fit with the word, the value that you thought it meant, make up your own definition, but choose the word. I would like you, please, to get a blank A4 sheet of paper. I would like you to turn it landscape, long ways, and I would like you to fold the A4 sheet into a concertina way so that you end up with 5 columns. So, just like you would fold the paper in a concertina way, find a way to fold it so that you make some really sharp creases down the middle, and when you unfold it, a bit like origami really, when you unfold it, you have 5 approximately equal columns. Hope that makes sense. Once you've done that, sit with the 25 values on the sheet and decide which is my top 5. I don't need you to do it quite the same way as we did the core emotional needs exercise. In other words, I don't need you to grade them number 1, 2, 3. Not at all. I just need you to find 5. But those 5 are your top 5 most important top 5 values out of the list of 25. And once you've identified those 5, don't rush this exercise. I would like you to write 1 at the top of each of the columns on that A4 sheet that you had folded into 5 columns. I'd like you to write 1 per column, 1 word per column. Why don't you press pause at this point in the recording and do the exercise now. So you've now done that. What I would like you to do is just think about each of those words that you have chosen. Just sit and reflect again upon what each of those words actually mean to you. Why they, each of them, represent your top 5 values. Why those? What do they mean? What do they look like in a practical sense? How do you see them working out in your life? Reflect on each of them. And then I'm going to ask you to do something. I need you to just listen really carefully to this explanation, because I know some of you will want to ask me for clarity. What do you mean? Explain. Are you saying? And I often say to clients in the room, no disrespect, but I'm not going to give you any further clarity. I want you to interpret what I've said as best as you understood it and do the action if you choose to do the action. So here is the explanation. I would like you to consider whether you will get rid of one of your values. In order to get rid of one of your values, and if you do get rid of one of your values, do recognize it's gone forever, and you're being asked to live the rest of your life without that value. So if you choose to get rid of one of the values, what I'd like you to do is have that sheet of paper that we folded, and I would like you to tear off the particular value that you will or have decided you will get rid of. Tear off that particular strip with the value on it. If it's in the middle, tear off the ones on either side. Find that strip, and then I'd like you to tear that strip up into little pieces and put it in the bin. I say little pieces, I don't want you to just screw it up, because when the going gets tough, I don't want you to start rummaging through the bin and decide to reclaim it and take it back. Once it has gone, and it's in little pieces. So I'd like you to press pause at this point and make a decision. Will you get rid of one of your values? If so, please tear off the strip and tear it up into little pieces.